there was a time and age in society where when you went on the internet, all you had to do was type ASL. And you type ASL and it sparked a conversation. That's all you had to do. Three letters. Maybe you may put a dash in between. Maybe you might put a /, maybe even a question mark. It didn't actually matter. ASL. And you get right into it. Now, we've changed things up a little bit. All you actually have to do is go, checking in, Saar. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the Matt Kim podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kim, joined by my co-host, Mr. Peter Saddington.
I love it so much. For all of you guys out there, my heart goes out to you. Check in, Saar. We wanted to see him in the comments. Let's go.
I've been thinking about that, Like, remember? That was a really cool time, wasn't it?
Those were innocent times.
ASL.
Man. I mean, like, we had no thoughts about it. We just typed in ASL, AOL chat, or ICQ, and someone popped up and we just started chatting.
Yeah, there was no profiles. You had no context of who they are. And yes, I get it. It could be dangerous now. But at that time, where we were first discovering the technology of communication for the very first time, it was just cool to think that I am talking to someone potentially anywhere in the world. And I just want to know, like, where you're from.
Exactly. And those moments, frankly, I think our children and this next generation will never truly experience because they've never been in a period where they can't instantly connect with someone halfway across the world.
Yeah, I mean, everything is so driven by who you are online, how many followers you have, like which tribe you're from. This ASL thing was just, that was it.
It was the purest form of connection on the internet before all of the smut and all of the malfeasance and all of the it could be a 60-year-old man. I mean, those were different times, Matt, because if you did ASL, they would never be able to find you anyway. The sophistication of the internets and the internet trolls back then was very low. And the only way they could actually find you is if you actually gave them your address, which would never happen anyway.
And every once in a while you type in, I remember when I was like 16, I'd be like ASL, I'd be like 16, like Ohio and F. I'm like, nice! I bet you she's hot. And that's in my mind, because you never see them. There's no pictures. Well, I just assume that, I'm talking to this hot chick.
and for those of the young bloods that are listening in here today, there was no opportunity for us to even ask for a picture. Why? Because we were on 28 baud, 56K if you were rich, and a picture to download would take you 25 minutes.
I used to start I used to go on like Napster or similar, and I would start my music download the night before.
Yes.
And, like we had two phone lines at home after a while. So we had one line for regular conversations and calls, and they one just for our modem.
You were of the privileged class.
I was very privileged. We had a modem-specific line, although sometimes we would use it for phone. But we had one specifically for that. So at night, I would get my playlist that I want to download. You start at night, and when you wake in the morning, maybe I get to download all 6 songs.
Yes. And like back then, man, like to be able to listen to, we didn't even have MP3s back then.
I used the Winamp.
Yeah.
And then I would be really excited about skinning my Winamp.
It really whips the llama's ass.
You know what I mean? I have my skinned Winamp, and someone comes out with a cool skin. I'm like, oh, that's a cool one. I want that one.
Oh, man. It was always cool to have the visualizers playing. Remember that?
Yeah, I'd have the visualizers up.
Oh, those are good times. For everybody out there who remembers Winamp whipping the llama's ass, if you guys remember all of that stuff, smash the like button. Let us know that you're here, guys.
Well, I think it's a good call out for today. The action for the day is ASL. Let's find out who we have.
Oh.
Where are you guys from? What are you guys doing? All of this stuff. I think it's really interesting because, usually when I stream or I go live, the first thing I always do is tell the people where you're from.
Yeah.
Because it lets people know that they are not alone in this world, that possibly someone listening to this podcast right now could potentially be your neighbor, maybe in your town, because a lot of people that watch are feeling like, dude, I'm the only one in my community that gets it. I'm the only one in my town or my city or my state that truly sees what's going on, the brokenness of the world. I'm the only one. And it can feel really lonely.
Yeah.
So when you do this and you go online and you see that ASL and you're like, bro, there's a lot of them from where I'm from.
Yeah. So check in, guys. Make sure that you check in Saar, and in the comment below, let us know where you're from. You don't have to give us your age or any of that stuff.
No,
But
ASL, we want it all. Demographic check. Let's go.
demographic check, guys. In the comments, smash the like button, hit the comment, check in Saar, and then let us know your ASL.
ASL. Dude, I had a really interesting day yesterday.
Tell me more.
Well, before I do that, if you haven't gone to Soju, go to Soju, go log in. That's our thing. That's where the community is gathering. We have about 2,300 people in there now.
Ooh, nice.
The conversations are going 24/7. It is a really interesting time. I think people are really starting to settle in pretty good. So we're not going to plug it too long. Go to soj.oo, sign up, just do it, because that is where our entire community is starting to gather. And right now, our community is probably like 80% of that place.
I think
it's actually a really good time.
I feel like I need to create a thread called Check-in Saar. A pocha. I need to create a pocha that's Check-in Saar.
Just to go check in. Go check in. Go soj.oo and sign up. Get involved. Get started in conversations. It's a good time. Just go do it.
Okay.
I had an interesting last 24 hours.
Tell me more.
Because there is a congresswoman
Oh, yeah.
that is actually relatively pretty. Can we say that? That she's a pretty woman?
You like those brunettes. You like those styles.
And she somehow decided she's going to call me out
Which is
on X, which was interesting.
It's humbling, but at the same time a little odd. It's like, well, thanks for noticing, but at the same time, who am I? So I don't know.
I don't know her. I've never engaged with her. I don't follow her. I've never made a video about her. I've never spoken about her. Actually, I had to look up her name several times because I wasn't exactly sure like what her full name was. So Anna Paulina Luna, is that right? Anna Paulina Luna? Anna Paulina Luna. Congresswoman from Florida.
Well, it's not a real name, though, is it?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Anna Paulina Luna. Is that right? Can someone fact check me on that, please, Will?
So she called you out, so let's just go to the basics here. She called you out, which means she thinks your voice matters.
Well, can we start the most basic reason on why she called me out?
Well,
before we go into the deep.
Okay, so
deepness of it.
you tweeted something.
No. It's even further. We got to go all the way down deep, down into the root heart matter
You're Asian?
of what's going on.
You're Asian?
No, I'm pretty sure she's flirting with me.
No, can't.
It was her calling. It was like, hey, I recognize you. I see you over there.
Here, bro.
You know, I'm just waiting for the DM slide.
Guys,
I'm just saying.
Guys, bring this guy back to reality, man.
I'm pretty sure
There's no way.
This is her version of ASL.
Oh, so she's sliding into the DM.
She's slided. She hasn't slid yet. But I think she's hoping maybe I slide back. I don't know.
This is not where I thought this conversation was going to go.
But I'm pretty sure that this is like her peacocking, like, hey, I'm here.
You know what? I just had a thought. Maybe this is how they get you on the hook. Maybe this is part of the psyop. Maybe this is part of the getting into the being a puppet.
Sorry, Anna. Married, happily married, have my family. But maybe in a previous life, maybe I would have smashed. But right now, I'm good.
He's good, guys. Trust us.
I'm currently happily married. All right, currently happily married. However, you never know. I'll save your info. All right.
So she's sliding into the she's not sliding into the DMs. She's letting the world know that she's not happy with your question.
She's staking her claim.
She didn't like what you had. It was a question you asked. She didn't like the question you asked.
So what happened was that President Trump put her in charge of the release of the JFK files.
Yes, which we have in many clips saying that they're going to be released, they're going to be released, they're going to be released, they're going to be released.
Yes. And somehow she's in charge. And people are like, well, why is she in charge? That actually doesn't make any sense. Like, what does she have anything to do with JFK? And the reality is she was not even alive when it happened. So, like, not alive at all. So why put her in charge? So she makes this announcement. And she said, yes, I'm in charge of the committee now. and we are going to do a committee to review these documents and roll out how we tell you about what we found in the documents, that it's yours and you have the right to read. But don't worry, we will tell you what we found.
I see. So they're not going to release the documents per what they said. They're going to, by committee, translate those documents for us unsullied and us, unsophisticated individuals.
Not only will we create a committee in 1 month in order to release and give you the narrative of what we want you to know.
Oh, okay.
But we are going to plan a trip to Dallas to interview witnesses.
Oh.
Dude, this shit was 60 years ago.
This is like a Discovery Channel, extravaganza.
The witnesses are either have passed or they're about to pass literally any day.
I think that's kind of the point. Oi! Look at this old person here. Look what we got here. Were you there on the grassy knoll back in the day? I don't remember shit. It's going to be the answer. Exactly.
And the solution, instead of saying, hey, why don't we gather up the witnesses and bring them to D.C.? Or instead of maybe we write them a letter, or maybe we do a Zoom call, we're going to take our entire entourage and we're going to go to Dallas and we're going to check out the site.
Considering everything that's going on, Matt, it almost seems like they're setting up a play. They're setting up a scene. It's like they're setting up a show.
It feels like the preamble to the J6 committee, where it becomes political theater. You have production value. You're telling a story. And in the meantime, you don't tell the actual story. You tell the narrative which you want to be told.
So this is the next evolution. I get it now. Instead of waiting 4 years for the Hollywood version of what happened, we now get the live version of what happened.
Well, it's, for years, the government has used Hollywood to propagate their narrative.
Oh, yeah.
Now they are so unapologetic in that they're like, we'll just do the production ourselves.
Yeah, on site. And we'll make the narrative fit whatever we want, because who else is going to throw up the production costs and redo another version of this that's actually true?
And we will get the pretty Latina/Jew/German girl to be the face of it because, clicks and views.
So let's go back to
the Maxim model.
Let's go back to your one question. Why?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do her. Is that the question? Is that not the question?
That was the
happily married.
The preeminent question on the tip of my tongue is: are you going to smash?
Okay, yeah.
Or smash or pass?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so we successfully answered the smash or pass. Moving on to the next one.
I'm still stuck there.
Clearly, guys, one track mind. So the question you asked earlier is why would she be the type of individual to lord over or to manage or to organize or to lead this discovery process of what's going on in the files? Why would she? What in her background, Matt, would make her a perfect fit for this type of role? I wonder.
Well, the only conclusion I can really come to, in all honesty, is that because it's theater, you just want a good lead character.
Oh, kind of like Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, I mean,
he's perfect for television.
Well,
the same with Pam Bondi. She's an actress. She's perfect for television too.
I mean, everyone in the administration at this point are like reality stars.
That's right. Kash Patel's a reality star.
President
Elon Musk's a reality star.
So that's the only kind of conclusion I can come to. Like, why put her in charge of something that she's not really qualified for, or has any expertise in, or any background in, or has not been a part of kind of this, release a JFK file movement at all?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she's in charge of it. It's like, wait, why?
So if
the only conclusion is that it's part of theater and she's supposed to be the lead,
or she's controlled.
I mean, that's a given when we talk about any politician.
But here's, I have to beg the question: why would she be in a position of being controlled? What in her past has she done that would enable her or preclude her to being controlled by, let's just say, a deep state actor or a deep pocketed financier?
Well, we'll get into background in a second.
Okay.
We'll get into background in a second. I think that first we got to finish laying out what happened.
Okay.
So people have context. So she made this tweet that saying that she's in charge and that she's going to have this committee and going to do this field trip.
Because
to Dallas.
we know that decisions by committee always are the best decisions ever.
And I said, I forget exactly what I said. It's something like, WTF is going on here. You have one job, and that's to release the files.
Yes.
We don't need this political theater.
Yeah.
And that was my tweet.
Yeah, release the daggone files.
And she took that tweet, quoted my tweet, and said, who's going to tell Free Matt Kim that the AG is the one that declassifies information? And the people in the comments went nuts. Yeah. They're like, dude, you're not getting the point.
Yeah.
It's not about the declassification, regardless of who it is.
Yeah.
It's a fact that you want to create a committee and you want to go on a field trip and you're wasting government money.
And time.
That we are in this area where we're supposed to be reducing cost and we're supposed to be more transparent. And your solution to this being save money, be more transparent is that we're going to committee it and we're going to spend more money.
Matt.
You're not getting the vibe of the country. You're not getting the vibe of what people want. You're not understanding why people are upset. And this tweet is completely tone deaf to what's going on in the country currently.
So what you're saying, if I can make it really short and sweet, is you said, what is going on? Question mark. You told us that you're going to release it. Now you're slow rolling it, which is pretty much, I'd say, the amalgam of what many people voted Trump for, right? We voted for Trump to reduce government, reduce waste, reduce spending, release the files, right? End the war on terror, end the war on humanity with these COVID and these vax shots and all these things. That's what we voted for, right? And so you're just basically channeling the questions of the community, which is, it's past day one, it's time to ship product, right?
I mean, let's get to work.
And let's get to work. But what I can also say is that apparently your voice, Matt, is reaching the upper echelons of the halls of diplomacy. And so I wonder.
Pow, 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 pow.
I know. These senators and these people of note and these people in government are reading what you're talking about, Matt. So this is kind of a good thing that they're seeing what the underbelly is talking about.
And the entire comment section was like, I don't understand why you're going after Matt. We agree with him. You're not getting it.
Yeah,
and
totally.
The whole comment section was that. Like, dude, what are you doing?
I didn't see a single reply or repost that was like, no, you're right.
Yeah, no.
No, it was always like, you're tone deaf, you're retarded, you're regarded, and you need to release the files now.
And I'm with Matt.
Yeah. And I'm with this guy, because that's what we voted for. We didn't vote for committees.
No.
We voted for execution of all the stuff that he promised, right? So do it. Do the thing. Do the damn thing.
So this congresswoman decided to single me out and call me out. There must have been thousands of people that tweeted at her or about her talking about this very issue.
Yes.
And of all of that, she decided to go through the entire landscape and specifically target me. Like it's like an own or something. That's what she was hoping. She was hoping that, like, oh, look at what Matt Kim said and let's go get him. And it didn't happen.
Actually, it didn't work at all.
It didn't work at all. But because you chose to come after me, I have no choice because I'm not a better man to come after you.
Oh, he's choosing violence today, guys. Strap in, Saar.
So I did the most lazy thing that somebody can do, which is I went into X, I went into Grok, and I said, tell me about Anna Paulina Luna.
Ooh.
Give me a list of some facts.
Give me some history.
So I can pick and choose the facts that I want to talk about, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't need to know all of it. I'm going to choose the facts I talk about because that's fair. Because again, this is not my research. This is the Grok research. If you have a problem with this research, take it up with Elon. Don't take it up with me. This is what his app has told me.
Hey, all you SARs out there, it's time to strap in and buckle up. We are choosing violence. Let's go.
Okay. She has a Mexican-American mother, a Mexican-German father.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. We love the Mexicans.
And we love the Germans.
Her paternal grandfather served in the Weimar.
Oh.
Which is interesting because as she was growing up, she claimed that her father was raised as a Messianic Jew.
Oh. Well, that's the...
She said that she was Jewish when her grandfather was on the other side of that.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
intriguing.
And then she went around and said that, no, actually, it's not Messianic Jew, that her family lineage is Ashkenazi Jew.
Oh,
I was like, okay, like, number one, you're switching sides on Jews. Number two,
it's not better.
I don't.
Not actually better.
Well, you use that in order to gain political clout.
Yes.
Because that apparently means something.
Oh,
So she went from being considered white, just white. I believe she registered as that. She identified as white, non-Hispanic in her 2015 voter registration, and then switched to Hispanic in 2019.
oh.
So after her stint as a cocktail waitress and a stripper,
Oh, wait. Wait.
Whoa.
What?
yeah, apparently that's a real thing.
Wait. Are you saying that
She
a
worked at a strip
cocktail
club.
waitress and a stripper can get into Congress and can get into the highest levels of leadership in our government?
Well,
This has never happened before, Matt. We've never had this happen before.
she went from non-Hispanic white cocktail waitress stripper to a Hispanic conservative influencer to Congress. This is like the trajectory of her, by the way.
Bro.
And she went from our father was Messianic Jew to her grandfather is like fighting with the Germans against the Jews.
Man, this is an amazing.
She's like the social chameleon.
That's
just what she is.
This is a great narrative. This is a great showing of the script. So so can I go back and erase my history and say that I was a Messianic Jew and say that I was from the Ashkenazi background, and then I wasn't a stripper. I wasn't a cocktail. Shit, I can't do that. How can I change who I am to fit beneficial narratives for me? I'm just wondering. This is so curious.
Yeah, I mean, at some point she identified in a 2017 interview as an Obama supporter.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden she became a far-right Trump loyalist.
Oh.
But during the 2020 election, like nothing
Nothing.
about Trump because she didn't want to be on the wrong side of it.
Uh-huh.
So she is the social chameleon that changes who she is based on kind of the narrative and what is necessary to be done.
Oh.
But she did do a MAGA cover for Maxim, so most people have forgiven her.
I guess so. That's kind of very Lauren Boebert-ish.
Isn't it weird? Can we sit on that for a second? It's supposed to be a conservative party,
It's not very conservative.
and the conservative influencers, and not only the influencers, but more concerning, the conservative politicians are doing like bikini shoots.
Yep.
Is that okay? Is that women empowerment, by the way? I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think if you open up the hood, all of the stuff that we blame the Democrats and the blue people for, it's unfortunate. The Reds are just as bad, and sometimes in most cases even worse. And so we're seeing the money that is being connected to all individuals, whether you're red or blue, and it doesn't look good at all. And for all of these new influencers that are now leaders within our political realm, and they're doing bikini shoots, I think this is off color, it's off base, and I think it's anti-narrative to what conservatism is. It's supposed to conserve good values, good worldviews, family, these types of things. That's what we're trying to conserve. But if we're having bikini shoots and we're seeing congresswomen in lingerie and bikinis, probably is working against us in some way or some fashion.
I mean,
We're diluting the message for sure.
I think that in this desire to win an election, we've sacrificed the conservative party. It actually doesn't exist any longer.
Oh, well, we've been in the uniparty for a long time.
Yeah, but the party that was supposed to be conservative, at least been saying the conservative things, they shifted so hard left that it feels like maybe the conservatives won because you feel this kind of pullback.
Yeah,
But what we really did was we shifted the Overton window way left.
we did. Absolutely. And the problem that works against the psychology and psyche of us humans is that the conservatives are generally better looking. And so that gives us, from a psychology standpoint, we want to give them a pass. Because when you're staring at a 395-pound, green-haired, metal in their nose, metal in their eyes, metal in their lips, and they're talking about trans rights, you don't feel empathy. You don't even feel sympathy. You don't even feel disdain or hatred for this individual. You just feel sad. But if a brunette, for Matt, 7.4, is saying something at a lectern or at a podium, and they're saying the same thing that the blue-haired sheepdog was saying, we're kind of like, okay,
For the record, we didn't do the Anna, Paulina, Luna rating scale yet.
We haven't. What would you?
We were talking about Ashley St. Clair, which has been a fascinating story, by the way. But we'll get.
Wait. I'm wondering if this Luna girl has a 14th baby on the way or something like this. You never know.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm not saying anything. Don't clip it. I'm not saying that I know anything, but generally babies pop out when these things happen.
And someone said about Ashley St. Clair, like, well, if she didn't make a stink about this whole paternity battle with Elon, then no one would have actually known.
And nobody would have cared.
And if that's true, then how many of these kids does he have running around the country, actually?
Maybe he has more than 14, 13.
He could have a ton, for all we know.
He could be like
Genghis Khan?
The next Genghis. That's exactly what I was gonna say. He could be the next Genghis Khan, man.
They're just everywhere.
He got. I saw a tweet. He got a lot of props from Andrew Tate. Did you see Andrew Tate's take on it?
Yeah.
Andrew Tate's like, man, screw, having one family, man, spreading your seed all over the place is the manliest thing or something like this. It's like, bro, you've lost the narrative.
Yeah, I am vehemently against that narrative. I think that men should be able to take care of their child, and if they do a good job of taking one child, then take care of two. If they do a good job of two, take care of three. The idea that you should have unlimited children and neglect them all is, I think, like ridiculous.
No.
That's how you end up with girls like Anna, Paulina, Luna.
Well, yeah, but also it's...
But she's a congresswoman, so maybe you win. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's also back to our theme here. It's anti-conservative.
Yes.
Our conservative models today have completely accepted that which was not acceptable 20 years ago or maybe even 10 years ago. And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. The Overton window has certainly moved left, and the Conservative Party is no longer conserving a whole lot. Actually, in many cases, I think they're making things worse.
And we talked about this on day one of the inauguration.
Oh, for sure.
Where, the inauguration party, it was village people hanging out, like, wait a second. Isn't that gay as hell?
It was pretty gay, and we know where that all came from. It came from the same genesis. It came from the same beginning. It came from maybe the same handlers who might be handling this Luna girl.
Because after this Luna thing, I've been thinking about all these promises that we were told over the election cycle and the campaign season. And all these day one promises. Because I feel like we've gotten so many day one promises. On day one, within 24 hours, we are going to stop this war in Ukraine.
Well, Trump promised that he could get it done really quickly, actually, before he got elected, if I remember correctly.
Within 24 hours, it will be over.
All I need to do is have a conversation.
Day one, we are going to have the largest mass deportation anyone has ever seen. A lot of promises. We're going to release the Epstein files. Kash Patel.
Yep.
Day one. And I kind of liked Kash. Day one, we are going to release the Epstein files. And you're going to see the full Epstein list.
Yep.
Day one.
JFK.
Where is all this stuff?
It's apparently not happening because we have to run it through a committee, Matt.
Trust the plan.
Yep. Nothing to see here.
Trust the plan. It's 5D chess. We cannot give you the solutions or fulfill the promises that we made for day one.
Yeah.
But on day one, what we can do is we can roll out AI-driven mRNA shots. That is actually important. So that is a day one thing.
Yes.
We will do that day one.
Yes.
But all those other things we promised, the things you care about?
Yes.
Like the economy? Remember when Joe Biden was president, everyone was like, oh, the price of eggs are like 50 cents an egg.
Not wrong.
Bro, it's $1 now.
Yeah, not wrong.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Can someone address that, please? Like, why are eggs so ridiculously expensive? Why do I go to my favorite Korean barbecue place and, when you go to Korean barbecue, they give you like the keranjim, the eggs, the egg souffle. They don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
The eggs are so expensive, they can't give you your free eggs any longer.
But in every other country, the eggs are still cheap as hell and viable, and there's tons of them. I've seen videos. So why are they only expensive here?
Why is the economy getting worse? Why are the price of goods continuing to rise? Why are we still in every single foreign engagement? Why do we say we cut off foreign aid except Israel? Why does every single person that say, I'm going to do something day one, come in as soon as day one? The first thing they do is not the thing that they promised, but the first thing that they do when they come in is like, oh yeah, by the way, we support our greatest ally, Israel. That's the first thing they do.
Well,
You can't skip that.
that has to come out of the mouths of every leader before they begin anything.
And they don't put that in their promise.
No.
But it's requirement at this point, apparently, because
apparently.
everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Even Cash did it.
That really hurt my feelings, man.
And
Same with Dan Bongino.
yeah, everybody.
Everybody, they're all coming out. They're bending the knee.
But the things that we were promised, we're not getting it.
They can't ship product, Matt, because if they ship product, what carrot will they have to hold over us for the next 4 years? They have to have us keep looking up. Yes, Amasa, please give me the crumbs. Give me something. Oh, Cash Patel. Oh, Dan Bongino. Oh, I'm satiated. Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need to have it. Just give me more crumbs, sir. That's what they're doing, man. That's what they're doing. They're holding us to the usual, different master, same narrative. We're going to give you an idea. We're going to give you hope. And then we're just going to rug pull you like Malay, rug pull you like Trump and Melania, man. It's all the same.
And every time I scroll on X, the MAGA influencers, they're like, are you tired of winning yet?
What are we winning?
And I'm looking around like, I can't see one win, actually.
You have two semi-frustrated Asians who are seeing that nothing's getting done.
What's the win, actually? We were promised no war, there's still war. We were promised better economy, there's still economy. We were promised mass deportations, there's no mass deportation. Where is the win?
We have Candace Owens calling out the French male. Like, is that what we got? We have Candace Owens now? Is that what we won?
I don't know, but I saw
she's
that
noticing?
Macron is at the White House this week, and my initial gut is, did he bring his husband?
Did you see Trump? Did you see Trump diddling with his leg the whole time? Like, oh, we're gonna talk. I don't know what he said, but French is so beautiful. It's like, bro.
And I get it. It's only a month in, but all we have to grade on is the month that we have.
And
I can't future tell.
And the promises that were made. That's it. That's the two things. Promise made, didn't deliver.
Yeah, if we were running in a very utilitarian mindset and we said, here's a list of the tasks and here's a list of the things that were promised day one, how many things have we checked?
I think they're close to zero.
Exactly. And people all work in different ways, right? Some people like to have a task list of things they want to complete, and they work on a little bit at a time. Fine, I get that. That may be your work method. I don't work that way. You don't work that way. Most people that are successful and are competent at what they do, they have a task list. You start at the top and you start knocking things out because it gives you progress. It clears your board and you see momentum and you build momentum based on tasks completed.
Yes.
That is actually the better way, I believe. And I believe that's how you teach on how to do things.
Yes. And actually, I tweeted today a screenshot of Inbox Zero. I hit Inbox Zero this morning.
Congratulations. Not easy.
Not easy. Clearing your inbox so when you have no new mail, big deal. Like that's when you know you're getting shit done.
And you go, there's a list. You start at the top. You start working it down. Maybe you prioritize. Maybe things adjust over time. But the goal is to clear the list.
Get shit done. GSD.
This administration is working in a way where they have a huge list of promises, things that they called and they promised and they told us was priority. And instead of clearing the list, it's just like, we'll work on this for 3 minutes and we'll work on this for 3 minutes and we'll work on 3 minutes. And while you shift from issue to issue to issue, it is so much waste. It is very inefficient. And the only way that they can think of to solve it is let's committee it. How is this any different than what any other administration has done?
Make the call, sir.
Separate yourself from your love from Trump. Look at it from a higher vantage point and be like, is he getting shit done? And the adamant, obvious answer is no.
I mean, you and I can't be the only noticers of this type of pattern, Matt, right? We can't be the only ones that are semi-frustrated and saying, hey, look, I know that things move slow. And let me take the opposite side of the argument. The opposite side of the argument is, Matt, it's only been a month. You got to give the man some time. You got to help him, allow him time to organize. You got to give him time to put the right people in place. This takes time, Matt. Matt, trust the plan. What would you say to them?
Trump had his own transition team working since the election. So they've been working since November all the way to now.
And we have been told with receipts that this man doesn't sleep. He keeps working.
And this transition team, for those that don't know, were not funded by the government. It was funded privately. So there was a private organization with zero oversight, zero transparency that were planning on what they're going to do the moment that Trump gets into office. This is a fact. This happened. He funded it. Feel free to fact check me. Okay. So for 3 months, they've been playing it. They've spent a lot of money for the transition. They've spent a lot of time figuring out what their first steps are. And the first steps were not to do the list that they promised.
I'd like to say we should be surprised, but at the same time, we shouldn't be surprised. We're just hoping for a better nation. And if I could just take one step back, like that's what Matt and I care about. We care about a better America, America first, better families, better opportunities, a better positive outlook holistically from the nation, right? Stop spending money and sending it overseas. Actually, I could skip everything I just said, and I could simply summarize it with this. You made some promises on America first. You're not delivering on America first. Why? Because we still have leaks. We still have money going other places. We still have priorities that are not important to America first. Would that be a oversimplification, Matt, of saying what our argument is? You said America first. We voted America first. America first is not happening. Would that be an easy summary?
If you hired someone for your organization and you hire them to do 5 tasks, that's the priority. This is the reason that you were hired, to complete 5 specific tasks. And 1 month in, you're like, well, how are those tasks going? Like, oh, no, we're going to get back to that. We're working on something else right now. But like, what?
Fired.
Immediately you'd be fired.
Fired.
Because you were hired to do these 5 tasks. Once you complete them, let's talk about something else to do. We hired you specifically to do this list. Don't tell me that you're going to work on your own list before you complete the list in which you promised. I think this is common sense for anybody that's ever run a business.
Yes. However, we have clearly seen that the government is just one massive grift.
It was supposed to be different this time around. That's my frustration. We were told that this time it would be different. That it would be different than the last term that he had. That it would be different than all the other presidencies, that we would be in a place of transparency. But instead, it's gaslighting. We were told that we were going to get remove the bureaucracy, but yet it's more committees. They are finding wasteful spending, but they're cutting the programs of things they don't like and creating new programs of things they do like. We're not saving money. And now they're like, oh yeah, we're going to give back $5,000 per person. Dude, don't give me shit back. Solve the problem.
Yes. So
you're just trying to buy votes. Like, that's stupid.
We don't hear the words drain.
Pandering.
Yes. We don't hear the words drain the swamp anymore. Is this, have we,
Are they gone?
Well, that's the two questions. Have we drained the swamp or have we just replaced the swamp? Right?
I mean, we said that day one. It feels like we are taking out one establishment and replacing them with another. We are removing one deep state and replacing them with another. And some people say, well, at least it's our deep state. No, I'm anti all deep state.
Yeah, I'm anti anybody that's unelected making decisions on behalf of the nation.
But that's just how politics works. You can't solve it. That's how the system is. Well, I don't think that idea and that mindset is allowing them to do it, because you constantly give them a pass.
Yeah.
It's okay that Trump, makes money off of his meme coin because, Nancy Pelosi makes money on insider trading. Why can't our guys make money on insider trading? Do you not realize that in all this insider trading talk that we have, none of that includes you?
Yeah, you don't benefit from this, bro.
that you're getting screwed just the same, regardless if it's your side or the other side doing the insider trading and rugging and stealing of your money and your funds and misappropriating your tax dollars, that it doesn't actually matter whose side that is, because at the end of the day, it's still you paying for it. It's still your tax dollars. It's still your hard-earned money.
Yeah.
Like, people give people a pass, like, no, but like I voted for him, or like he represents my side, so it's okay that they do. No, it's not.
Yeah.
At all, actually.
There's a syndrome for that, right? When you protect your master, right? The individual that's beating you, right? And so I feel like in all of this, I had this weird download from the Matrix while you were talking here, and the feeling that I got was simply this. Is that we know that government is a massive grift. We're seeing this with Doge. We knew this to be true. We knew that everyone's doing under-the-table handshakes and giving each other passes. And here's $25 million worth of land that you didn't need, just so, you know. And so the feeling that I'm getting is the dog and pony show of the grift literally hasn't changed. We just changed the actors. We have these Lunas, we have these strippers who are now Congress people who are just in the massive grift, and they're just having this party now. Just like the Democrats had parties for 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, we're just going to have red wave parties. Nothing gets done, but all of those up on the hill, they're fat and happy. It's a really disconcerting feeling that I get here.
Can we at least say that maybe a 7.9? Is that fair? Can we 7.9 her? Is that no good?
No, she's like...
No, what?
She's probably
Comment
like,
section, 7.9?
She's probably a strong 6.
Dude, strong 6.
Strong 6.
Strong
Like,
6.
Nothing higher, but like right on the dot.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's closer.
Really?
I agree with Peter this time.
Look,
Wait, what did you
This
think
time.
about Anna Paulina? She was a 7.5. I said she...
no, Ashley St. Clair was a 7.4.
Ashley St. Clair was a 7.4, whatever he said. What did you think?
I think she was a little under that.
I think I said a 6, right? Something like that.
Maybe you said
So
5,
you're saying they are
5,
equal?
4.
Are you
Dude,
equaling them?
They're not. They're about equal. They're not anything special, bro. Take off that makeup. You be seeing the Frankenstein underneath. for
Yeah,
sure.
but that's really difficult to do, because like you can only judge based on what you see. You can only judge based on how they present, and this is what we have.
But if you're smart and sophisticated, you know
and it's
that
not like I'm actually gonna see her in person or I'm actually hanging out with her. What we have is her maximum cover.
Listen to this, brother. You're probably going to hang out with her at some point. In
7
time. You've already hung out with all the major politicians
All right.
up on the hill anyway.
Over under 7.9. Leave a comment. Let me know exactly where we're at.
So here's the question I have to just rip off the Band-Aid. Do you think she's compromised?
Well, I think that's a really interesting question, because I think they're all compromised.
Okay. Do you want me to be more specific?
Okay. You're probably gonna say that she takes money from APAC.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the amount of I looked into that, and she took something like $15,000 from APAC. That's kind of the bare minimum in APAC money. The ones that are heavily invested in get something like 250,000 plus. So 15,000. It's really not. It's a drop in the bucket.
You don't need money, Matt. All you need is...
She's a stripper. She needs money.
Yes, but that's the point. You don't need money to persuade her. All you need are tapes and video evidence and receipts.
It's true.
Receipts
You
are worth...
didn't have to pay a lot because you have the evidence.
Exactly. So you're actually
Fair
making
point.
my case.
Fair point,
My
fair
case is
point,
when
fair
you
point.
have... Let's go to the extreme. When you have Diddy tapes, you don't need to pay anything.
It's true.
So
The
here...
15 grand is symbolic.
Yes. So
Just to put it on the page.
Here's my theory, and you guys tell me otherwise on the internet. The theory is simply this: she's a honeypot. She's made it known that she is of the same species of individuals who like to leverage money and honeypot people, and they got a wind of her and said, "We're going to promote you. This is a game, Matt. This is the game. We're going to promote you. We're going to put you in positions of power." There are certain JFK files. There are certain 9/11 files. There are certain things that we'd like you to massage the message of for the benefit of our species and our people. And by the way, may I not forget to remind you, Anna Paulina Luna, that we have receipts on things that are probably don't need to see the light of day. And it would be wise of you to not make independent decisions, because that would be unwise. Actually, it would be wiser for you to make decisions based on committee so that we have, let's just say, thorough diligence before you make an unsophisticated decision. This is not a hard scenario to conjure up, Matt. It's very simple. She's compromised. She made poor decisions as a youth. When you make poor decisions as a youth on the internet today, with all of the receipts and video cameras, it is easy to say, we got you, bitch. You're going to do what we say, but we're going to make you look great. You're going to sell your soul for it. Shut the fuck up, and you'll be fine. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it
Recap.
works.
She grows up in a sketchy way. She does extremely sketchy things like work at strip clubs. She becomes a conservative influencer from being a stripper. So you know that she has this chameleon-esque ability to navigate and move around. She is willing to change her name and her heritage to fit certain narratives. So you know that she is adaptable and moldable. And you put out this spread about her, showing her assets to the world, to all of these old, white, fuddy congressmen,
Fuddy.
right? So that they have something to imagine. You put her in Congress looking like a schoolgirl because those guys like that shit. And all of a sudden, those videos go viral. And now she has the ability to get into any room and any conversation in Congress that she wants. She would be an extremely qualified and competent asset. And she is not smart enough to know that possibly she's being used as one.
You mean this is like the revelations that Monica Lewinsky was actually a Mossad agent and she was actually unsophisticated and didn't have any reason to be in the White House with Bill Clinton? And then suddenly she's in the White House with Bill Clinton with cigars and all sorts of weird objects. And suddenly Clinton makes decisions that are, let's just say, pro-Israel and pro-Zionist? Suddenly? This has never happened before, Matt.
Okay. I got it. I figured it out. I fucking figured it out. We just came full circle. I got it. I got it. We have been doing way too much noticing.
Oh, you mean that out of 587 congressmen, 492 are owned by AIPAC?
We've been doing too much
Shit like
noticing.
that.
We've been gathering the noticing community. And her handler said, hey, this is a good opportunity. Why don't you ruin Matt? She got the call. Because we started with, why did she choose my tweet and why did she come after me over anybody else?
Because you've been noticing too much, Matt.
It was intentional.
I love the fact, if I may.
She was targeted at us.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was put on to you.
Yes.
You know what I love? The fact that when Matt goes around to all these other podcasts, they never talk about me. It's fantastic. So, yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, Matt. That's exactly it. She's been put on to you by her handlers, and they said, there's this little ruffian out there. He's named Matt Kim. He's not a problem yet, but we're keeping our eyes on him. Apparently, him and his psychopath, co-host are noticing a little bit too much, and I think we need to put him on notice. Maybe that's what they're doing, Matt. Wait for this video right here to get 17 views in the next 24 hours, bro. That's exactly what's going to happen.
So she has been deployed against us.
Yes, she's been activated.
So does that make her our arch nemesis now?
Well, I think anybody of that species that are pushing Zionist propaganda probably our enemy. Actually, it's probably America's worst enemy, not their greatest ally.
Like, does that have to become a thing where anytime she posts, our community goes and just checks in Saar?
You should check in Zionist Saar. You should check her in. Let her know. You know what would be funny? If we got to such mass, Matt, that anytime we wanted to troll, we would say, SARS, it's time for another mission. And then we can bomb people like these tweets and be like, check it in. And people are like, what are they saying? All we have is 10.
Can someone explain Saar to me, please?
Yeah, we have 17,000 checking in SARS. Why is this happening to me? And then suddenly on X, it's trending, checking in SARS. That would be the best.
Half of it is checking in Saar, and the replies are, do not redeem, do not redeem, do not redeem.
Exactly. I love it. No, could happen.
I think that's probably what happened, actually, now that I think about it, because it doesn't make any sense that she would come after me. Again, no relationship, no knowledge, no communication ever. So for her to go out of her way to pick my tweet and pick out my name, and she could have just retweeted it, but she said, "Can someone tell at Free Matt Kim?" Blah, blah, blah.
So I bet, and I'm sure there's
She could have just quote tweeted and said, declassification is done by the AG, and that would have sufficed. But she didn't. She went out of her way to say, "Can someone please tell at Free Matt Kim?"
Well,
she was mobilizing against me.
She was. And it also doesn't help now the fact that we have connected the dots that she's probably a Mossad agent, that she's been compromised, and they have receipts and they've put her in positions of power. We've seen this before from other influencers for sure. And so, Matt, it's really disconcerting to know fact, for everybody out there, fact, over 90% of all of our Congress is owned by a particular species group and a particular non-profit agency called APAC. We all know this. I would bet that if we could see the history and pathway of all of those congressmen and women, I bet we would see something eerily similar, Matt, to what happened to this Paulina Luna person. That it was all the same narrative of four things. Made unwise decisions as a youth, younger individual, compromised, contacted, and now positioned into places of power. That's how it is. That's how it is. Satan and his minions will use money and evil to control the politicians of our world. And someone might say, "Peter, it's so harsh for you to say that about this beautiful-looking Anna Paulina from Florida."
You said beautiful.
Well, that's what I'm assuming they're saying. I don't think it's beautiful. That's exactly what I'm insinuating. She is a compromised asset, and now she's been activated against my friend, which now you're on my shit list.
It's not against me. It's against all of us. Because she thinks that she can just call us out because she has her handlers, that it's allowed to do so. But reality is like, no, you can't. There are so many of us now.
You don't know how many rooftop Koreans there are out there.
We are literally everywhere at this point, and our community on Soju is growing like gangbusters. We are pulling people from 4chan. They're trying to come over. Welcome, guys. We are pulling people from the Anons from X.
Yeah.
They're coming over. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, Anons.
We are picking up people that are not even on social media. They're like, dude, I'm in. We are growing so fast, so hard. And if these guys try to come in and fuck with what we're doing, try to negotiate or manipulate our words in order to fit their narrative, fuck you guys. We're going to come get you because this is not allowed. And I think still 7.9 is fair.
Oh, shit. I just unplugged myself, bro. Oh, man. You going back there, bro?
I mean, I don't know. Like facts matter and truth matters. We are a truth show.
You know what we should do? We should see if we can get her on the pod. I mean, you'd be starstruck. You'd be drooling half the time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, I think it's like, it's like a lot of these girls, especially internet girls, you think of them a certain way and then you meet them in person and you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, your personality sucks.
Well, not only person sucks, like, damn, those filters really do wonders.
Yeah, once you see the half-inch caked makeup on there, you're like, daggone it, bro.
I'm
out of here, bro.
I'm good. Get me out of here.
Yeah, next morning, waking up, it's like,
it reminds me of
Sasquatch.
It reminds me of that viral video of that girl that was like, oh, yeah, I went on a blind date and I don't know why he just left me. And it's like really close up and she had a really pretty face. And then she gets up and walks away and she's like 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, you can't be catfishing homies. It's not right. Not in today's day and age. You can't be doing that to guys. Guys are putting themselves out there, man. Guys are weak. Can't be hurting them like that.
But I wish that, and watching what, not only what Anna Paulina is doing and her mishandling of the situation, which I think she, in all honesty, she just fumbled it, totally messed it up. This committee and creating more committees is not going to go well with the country at all. We are so done with these committees. And can you just imagine if they actually still go through with it after all this uproar? And on March 26th, they start doing these JFK files in Congress, and it's like primetime TV every night. Dude, I think people are going to lose their shit. And people already know in their back of their minds, almost everyone knows, not all. Majority of people know who was behind the JFK assassination. People know who was behind the Epstein operation. People know who was leading and handling Martin Luther King. We know this already. Everyone knows this to be true.
And 9/11.
And 9/11.
It's all the same.
And if they come out and they say anything other than what we know, people will lose complete trust and faith in the system.
So
It's actually the worst thing they can do. Is if they try to gaslight us there.
So I'm starting to replace the Epstein language with what it really is. And it's offensive, but I think it's important. We need to stop saying the Epstein files. We need to start saying the Israeli pedophile ring. That's what it is. Epstein is just one part of
I don't think you can say the P word.
He's part of the
And that's how they protect them, by the way, by not letting you say that word.
well, he's part of the child edible ring, right? The child edible ring.
That sounds even worse.
Well, I like it because
I don't like it.
edibles.
No. Disassociating from that one.
but that's what makes it that's what makes it better. That's what makes it better and actually worse.
Bro, no.
You know why? Why? Because it's true and it's true.
Context.
They are eating. They are eating.
No.
And they are doing to these.
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start saying. I'm not gonna say Epstein anymore because it's not true. He is just part in the cog of the wheel of a larger machine.
Yes.
So he is part of the Israeli baby delivering system.
Okay.
And the Israeli baby delivering system is global. It has fingers in everything.
Yes.
And this baby delivery system is probably part of Anna Paulina and part of Kash Patel and part of Dan Bongino, part of all of them. All of these new people that are coming into the administration. The first thing they do when they do interviews is they say, what's the thing that's most important to you? Oh, what's important to me is greater Israel and the expansion. No, brother, you're done. You are compromised. You are part of the Israeli baby making factory.
There's
I'm over being run by satanic cult of unhuman species people. Like it's hard for me to even say the words that I really want to say because I'm trying to watch my words. But there is a satanic thing that's happening here. We've talked about that this is a spiritual war, and if we keep calling out these individuals, we're not calling out the real thing. The real thing is we have evil, we have Satan, we have people run by Satan. They have a 5-pointed star that they don't mind showing everywhere. That 5-pointed star is sometimes flown above the American flag. Doesn't that upset you?
I mean, told this in Congress, they're literally everywhere.
I do not want a star of Rephaim, which is the star of Satan, the star of evil, to be above anything else. Period. Full stop. Just as a Christian. And so I sound frustrated, but the reality is every time I see the star of Rephaim, every time I see that star of Satan, it offends me.
You know, I told this story on the podcast yesterday with Rebecca. And
Which she is 2 degrees away from saying the hard R.
yeah.
She's 2 degrees away from saying the hard
liked
R.
her.
I loved her.
I liked her.
Actually. So
I
if
liked
she's
her.
watching this, I loved the podcast.
Yeah.
I loved it. Thank you for not naming me in that podcast.
And if you're watching Rebecca, I think you should have Peter on.
No.
Yes. I told the story on the podcast yesterday, but I feel like they're actually trying to radicalize me.
Yeah, I did hear you say that. You said that, I'm searching for these things and my friends search for them. Like they're trying to radicalize me. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
I was talking to Ken Andrew on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's who I was talking to. And somehow the concept of the dreidel popped up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not overly familiar with how the game is played.
Yeah.
So when I hear something, I happen to be from a computer, I'm like, okay, dreidel.
Dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Do you remember that song from the Sunday school?
Yeah, I just typed in dreidel. And my search result said that it is a gambling game.
Yes.
The AI gives you context.
Of course it's a gambling game,
It
Matt.
says, it tells you it's a gambling game.
Of course, it has to do with money.
And I told that. He's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, why would it say that? Because although that may be what it is, that's not what Google will tell you.
No, because if you're not someone noticing, then when you typed in what's a dreidel, let's say this would be a historic Jewish,
game that they play on
Hanukkah.
So he looked it up, And that's the description he got.
Really?
I went into a incognito browser and a private browser, and that's the definition I got.
But
my logged in browser that they track gave me it's gambling. I'm like, holy shit. They're trying to interject these ideas and thoughts because like, oh yeah, like, oh, all they do is like gamble, and they say it's not, like, maybe they're trying to bait me to make that claim or stance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they are.
But they are literally trying to radicalize me. And when I saw that and when I realized that, I'm like, I need to have ultimate discernment on the information I take in.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because it's so easy to take one small piece of information. Like if I decided that day to not go through the exercise of checking other places, and I just read that, I probably would have come to the episode the very next day. This is like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, dude, do you know what the dreidel is?
Yeah.
And I could have easily done that.
Yeah.
They're trying to radicalize
And
me.
then you've just been mind controlled, full cycle.
It's crazy.
You search for something, you get this little snippet, and you're like, oh, and then you start talking about it. Now they've done it. They've done you.
And I felt like Neo, like they just
Oh,
like,
dodging bullets.
I dodged one there. Because it's not like a hill to die on, but it can make it a part of you. Like, oh, I can't believe what this guy's saying about our culture.
I love the fact that you said that. This is not the hill to die. It is fascinating how many times every single day that you could load up the tube and you will find influencers and people of note who are literally speaking on topics sounding like they're willing to die on that hill, and it's some lame ass shit like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Like, I keep going back to this because whenever I see those things come up in my time, I'm like, why timeline SARS are you giving to this to me? I hate this woman. I despise this Namja, this man. I never want to see them, but apparently I'm engaging just enough. Or they're like, Peter wants to see. Peter's a Swiftie again.
They can feel the pause. And whoa. Will, can I get a little sound effect real quick?
Bruh.
He just said, again. I'm a Swiftie again. Just in case anyone missed that, it happened. Rewind? I don't know if we got a rewind button.
I'm telling you, they want to. You were talking about mind control. It is right and fair for me to
So we're
align
just gonna
myself.
blow right past this again.
They're trying to radicalize me to be a Swiftie.
I'm trying to radicalize you.
I want to be de-radicalized. Someone put me in the right internment camp, the right mind control camp to de-radicalize me because my algorithm, once a week, they're like, you need to go through a Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, like, doom scrolling session. And it's just like one after another. What the fuck, bro?
Okay. If you ever get stuck in a algorithmic doom scroll loop, the best thing to do is actually you close the app when you get it. Because you're telling the app, the point of every app is to keep you on app as long as possible. So the number one way to trigger, like, rather than a downvote, rather than, because it's still engagement. All engagement is engagement.
Yeah.
The only real, true negative
Shut
engagement
it off.
that you can give in an app is to shut it off while that thing comes out. You do that twice, they're like, holy shit.
He doesn't like it.
Every time we show him this, he tries to escape our control. And they stop showing
We
it.
need to give him something less, a lighter version.
Yeah. So that's the best way to stop an algorithm manipulating you, is that you literally shut off on the thing. Like, not just like close it, like literally close the app. Swipe up, swipe right, and get rid of the app. And don't come back for a few minutes, and they'll be like, oh, he hates this so much that he's willing to leave the app.
You just reminded me of why they keep serving it up. Because I'm the guy that after like 2 or 3, I'll go into comment, be like, stop showing me this shit. And then I won't post it. I'll delete it all and then scroll out of it.
You're engaging.
Yeah. They're like, dude, he loves this shit.
He
He's
loves
just
that
not
shit.
posting.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm a ghost poster. Like, I'll see really stupid things on X and I'll be like, this is fucking stupid. And then I'll delete it.
You just
And then I
gotta do
won't
it.
post
You gotta do
That's
it.
why they keep sending me the stupid shit. Right now I'm getting these feeds. Oh man, can I show you a screenshot? I screenshotted this morning. This is how bad it is, bro. This is how bad it is. Like, read that out loud. What did it say?
Let's see. Sauce founders, if your onboarding sucks, your product is already failing.
So I replied to it, and it's like, why the fuck would I take advice from you? You're like 14 years old. And then I deleted that because I didn't want to be rude, but I screenshotted it, and that's why they keep serving me up this type of bullshit.
So go shitpost, be free.
I don't want, dude. You don't want the violence out of me. You don't want the violence.
The
out
world
of me.
wants to see.
I'm too terrible a person up here.
You got to
Too
do it.
terrible of a
You got to
person
do
up
it.
here.
What you need to do is maybe you need an alt.
You know what? Maybe I do.
You need an
Maybe
alt.
I need an alt account. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna get doxxed so fast. People are like, dude, there's no way this alt speaks like this.
Why? There are so I've met so many like anons that are like you would never guess who they are, and then I find out who they are. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe that's you. You know, like they're like men of industry
Yeah. But
that
they're
are
shit
just like
posted.
shit posting online.
And you're like, dude, you're the bigger DJ than I thought.
Yeah, because they can't do it on their main accounts. They may have employees, they may have business, they may have partnerships, and they can't do it. And then I think we're starting to gather a lot of those anons too on Soju, by the way.
All right. I think I need to create a alt account, guys. So
Yeah. Go check out Peter's actual account at Doge on Soju.
on Soju, yep. I took it up.
Yeah, but I think this would be a fun game. If Peter created an anon and started running around the place as an anon, and we'll give a bounty to the person who correctly identifies and catches Peter.
On Soju?
Yeah. Deal?
Deal.
Deal.
Let's do it.
Peter is going to run around the app, and we're not going to know who it is. I'm not going to know. Don't tell me.
No.
Because I'm going to try to figure it out too. Okay?
My heart goes out to you.
Okay?
Let's
and
go.
Peter will run around the app
Oh, you guys are gonna
as a, I don't know what to call it, as a,
just anon.
just anon.
Yeah, you won't know.
And somebody is going to find him. And we will have some sort of bounty reward for the person that finds him
I'll put up
first.
I'll put up some money on it.
Yeah.
I'll put up like $100 on it.
All right. $100 to the person that finds Peter.
He's gonna make the Taylor Swift pocha.
Yeah, like, oh, we found him.
Fuck off, bro!
You know, it's gonna be like,
Why you put me out on blast like that, bro?
it's gonna be like Swifty again.
Not like this, Saar. Not like this. All right, we'll make it happen.
I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be a fun experiment, something that we can do in the future. And in the meantime, go check in. Go check out Soju. That's where we are hanging out these days. And we are going to be doing more streaming because that was interesting.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun. I think we're going to start the stream back up also.
that's just good then.
I think that's a different demographic of people that we typically hit. So we're going to start the stream again. And other than that, enjoy your week, everybody. Go check in.